going to do some experimenting with some different mediums today. We're going to see if these mediums transfer when we use them in a transfer print sort of way. So a transfer print is when I create half of a picture, I do some rubbing on the back of that picture and have it transfer onto the other half. We're going to experiment with different mediums to see what mediums do transfer. So we're talking about transfer prints and we want to see what mediums transfer. This is crayons. And we're going to see if it transfers. So I'm going to fold my butterfly up, press down, and use my stick to rub across it. I used my muscles and I rubbed all over the back. Let's see. Does it transfer? It does. Does it transfer really well? Can you see it really well? Okay, so this is crayons, and this is what the transfer of crayons looks like. Now we have a new medium. We're using markers. I have half of a butterfly, and we're going to fold it up and rub on the back of it. I'm rubbing just as hard. I'm rubbing just the same amount. Whisper to your neighbor, do you think that this is going to transfer? All right, let's see. Does it transfer? Okay, I have another marker one, and we're going to try something just a little bit different. So this time on my clean side, I'm going to take some water, and I'm just going to put down some water on my piece of paper. So I'm still using marker, but half of my paper is going to be wet. So we're doing a little experiment to see if it will transfer if we use wet paper. I'm going to fold it in half and give it a little bit of rubbing. All right, let's ask the question again. Does it transfer? So look at, it does transfer, but does it stay exactly the same? No, it kind of blends and bleeds on the piece of paper, so it transfers with water, but it does change the look of our butterfly. And we have colored pencil here. So we're gonna fold that in half. I'm going to use my stick and I'm going to rub on the back very hard with a lot of muscles. Let's ask the question. Does it transfer? Oh, not really. You can see a little tiny bit of transfer, but not a ton. Colored pencil does not transfer. All right. We have an oil pastel butterfly, or half of a butterfly. Let's give this a try. Let's see if this transfers to the other side. I'm going to use my stick just like I have before, and my muscles, of course, rubbing on all parts in all directions of my paper. What do you think? Does it transfer? Whoa! Absolutely. Oil pastel does transfer. All right, let's try another medium. We're going to take a plain piece of paper this time, fold it in half, and we are going to be using paint. So I didn't draw anything out. I'm just going to go ahead and give a half of a butterfly body, and I'm using quite a bit of paint and a little bit for the wings. And I'll use a different color down here for this wing. Oh, it kind of turns purple anyways. And now I'm going to fold it in half. Instead of using a wooden tool this time, I'm just going to use my finger And you see, it kind of smushed out, didn't it, a little bit? I wonder if this is going to transfer. Does it transfer? Oh, sure enough, look at that. Look at the transfer print. It's a little smushed, but that's the way that paint works. But it definitely does transfer, doesn't it? So let's review. Does paint transfer? Yes, it does. Do markers transfer? Tricky question, because they only transfer onto wet paper. Do oil pastels transfer? Yes, they do. Do colored pencils transfer? No, they do not. Do crayons transfer? Yes, they do, but just a little bit. We experimented with a lot of different mediums to see what transfers.